People who take massive war crime level dumps in public bathrooms but don't flush. Why? As a janitor, I'd like to know the answer to this as well. Also, why poop in the urinal? Crapter was full. Merry Christmas. Sometimes there's crap on the outside of the toilet. For me, I get confused when there's no paper and no way in hell they had a ghosty. You don't know it's a ghosty without paper. They flushed once, the paper washed down, but the log didn't. What if it's so large it doesn't flush? Poop knife. I believe it's called the fight or flight response. Lord knows I booked it out of there. Did you flush? He asked, realizing he might not like the answer. Well, having had the office by the bathrooms, I can probably tell you. Mostly they just don't know that it didn't go down. Epic filled bowls take more than one flush, and some people's mothers didn't raise them to check their flush. They just get up, hit the lever, hopefully wet their hands, and leave. Other people clog the toilet. In my case we had a plunger, but many bathrooms just don't for some ungodly reason. And even in our case, many people just leave because they don't know how / don't want to deal with a clogged toilet. Again, I blame bad parenting. Probably just didn't get enough hugs as a child. Oh, and there were a few people that put ducking paper towel in the toilet. Those are the cat stranglers. You really have to watch out for them. Can't flush it if it's on the floor, now can I? Fair play. My dude really said check and mate. Some people like to show off. If they wanted to show off, then they should just put it in a Ziploc bag and passed it around the arbors. Big PP energy. Big poop energy. They are saving the planet by saving water. Well, you're not wrong. I once had a war crime sized dump that wouldn't flush. It was way too big and wouldn't break up after multiple flushes. This was at high school, so after a few tries I was gonna be late for class and had to go. It was so big later in the day I overheard people talking about it. What about the people that have sticky poop where no matter how many times you flush it doesn't dislodge and you have to use another bowl? I imagine the dude doing the walk of shame to another stall to continue on his path of toilet destruction. Cut my deuce into pieces. This poop just won't contort. Pipe congestion. It's leaving. Thank duck I'm God. I was almost heaving. Poop a roach. I've only done this once. Basically, I had been on the road for work all day and stopped at a Chipotle to get some food in me. Naturally, I have to take a growler right after eating, so I go in the bathroom to blow it out. About 5 minutes in, this kid starts banging on the door to use the bathroom while I'm trying to handle my business. I told him it was occupied, but this crotch fruit wouldn't give up. He had this high-pitched voice and was telling me to hurry up and just wouldn't leave me alone. I decide if he wants on as fast as possible, I could get him in about 3 seconds earlier if I don't flush, so I leave the war crime behind. When I walked out, I couldn't help but give him a smirk as he said finally. This was in the middle of Missouri and his dad probably looked like Seabase, so I was already halfway out the door when I heard the kid yell, "Are you serious?" Okay, so this is my story and I can't be bothered changing accounts to a throwaway, so hopefully I don't get any repercussions. I had a customer years and years ago. She hated me and I never knew why. I was polite, eager to help but not obnoxious. My boss theorized it was because I was a kid. Mind you, I was about 21 but looked around 15. I found out she worked as a cleaner for public toilets and that included a local one. One day, I was serving her at the register and she was paying cash. Instead of handing the money over like a decent human, she tossed it and waited for me to pick up the coins. I picked up the coins and smiled, asking if she was okay, and brushed it off as an accident. On my lunch break, she did it to the local cafe worker, a girl who was around my age. I asked around and yeah, she did this to all the kids who served her. So, I did what any mature 21-year-old did. I worked in a pharmacy, bought some laxatives, and waited after my shift. I went to the local public toilet that I knew she cleaned and let out the biggest, wettest, most cramp-induced crap I had ever had. It hurt and I swear I lost a few kilograms. I pulled out a Sharpie and wrote in the cubicle, "Treat us with respect, and you throw money, we throw crap," and so on. I did a stakeout. I was a distance away in a parking lot and waited. I ate some macas and waited. Around 7:30 to 8 o'clock she arrived in her glorious uniform and her trolley of goods. She went in and came out and joked. I laughed and watched. She was in there for close to an hour. The next time I served her, she was timid. She was scared. She did not throw money at me. TL. Doctor, I took laxatives to get revenge on a cleaner who was mean to me and my peers. Edit. Thanks for the awards guys. Here's a follow-up. So about a week or so after this crap happened, she was back into the pharmacy and she was all bitchy again, but no money throwing. I decided to do one last, smaller, non-laxative induced turd for her. This time, I didn't do a stakeout because I couldn't be ducked. But I left a decent sized turd baby in that porcelain with only one thing written in Sharpie. We are still watching you. I reckon she got the message because she stopped being a massive bitch after that. Last I heard of her, because it's been like 8 years now, is that she had quit her job not too long after and is a quiet and respectful customer now. Remember kids, violence is never the answer. You can show people the light by opening your blinking abyss. If you want more content like this, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. It'd mean a lot.